Good evening, and hello. Due to a new normal of technological miscues, missteps, and mishaps, our episode did not record in any usable fashion. So, with your indulgence, I'll encapsulate what took place for our coterie. I'm your storyteller and number one fan, Nobody. Welcome back to Soup City Sins, Season 5, Episode 2, Horologium Recits Omni Die. We open on our coterie member Clyde tracking down the whereabouts of a captain of industry. A person with significant enough grasp to stall, if not directly stop the release of information that will most assuredly result in a catastrophic breach of the masquerade. His search and efforts leads him north to the little suburb of Wilmette, to the home of one Adav Rococo. He uses all of his skills and a few gifts of the blood to gain entrance, where he is led into a library where Mr. Rococo is in the midst of a meeting with one Horatio Ballard. As this fact settle in, we shift gears and swing our gaze towards Lucio, Dizzy, and Alexander as they case the Cook County morgue facilities at John Stroger Hospital. Due to Dizzy's electronic sleuthing and Lucio's past experiences, they are able to gain access. As Lucio and Dizzy distract not only the staff but two newly arrived police detectives, Alexander slips away and begins his search and actually finds Damien's body. Its charred, desiccated, near remains show some spark of life. And in the doing, the group finds out that there are a surplus of corpses as of yet unseen to by the medical examiners. Each of those mentioned medical examiners due to one matter or another, one accident or another, has either had to call off, be late, or otherwise embroiled in dramas preventing them from tending to their duties at the morgue. As thoughts swirl and Alexander finds and verifies Damien's body, we shift our focus to the Haven as Sylvia is led on a very small and direct tour by Hestia. They adjourn to the library as Sylvia takes in the area, listens to what Hestia is asking and offering, and Hestia does her best to not take offense to Sylvia's very antiquated ideas as to what it means to be a Tremere, to be a woman, to be an upstanding member of kindred society. Her disparaging marks towards DeSable and several others nettling Hestia. When Hestia admits that it is only them in the Haven, and perhaps one or few others who might be of assistance, Sylvia launches her attack. The attack is devastating, grievous, and wounds Hestia more than she has ever been harmed previously, burning her from within. Hestia feels the heat as the vitae is cooked to a very crispy, well-done nature. And while Hestia fights for her life in accord with her beast and using her blade, Clyde attempts to sway Ballard to assist him, both directly and indirectly using his abilities of persuasion and powers of blood. His attack of mind is met with a steely and penetrable gaze that is due to Ballard's age and the power of his own blood. Amused that someone so lowly as ineffective and non-member of society at large as Clyde would attempt attacking him, Ballard reveals that it's his hands and plan behind the upcoming breach. Clyde, taking every detail into account, offers to be of more assistance to better help Ballard by taking on the task of bringing Norris's head to Ballard by Easter. While at the morgue, Lucio slips away as Dizzy maintains the gathered staff and detectives' attention. He arrives a few short moments later, as directed by Alexander's text, in the area where Damien's body, charred and shrapnel covered as it is, rests. Lucio immediately sets about removing as much of the large wooden shrapnel covering Damien's torso as possible. The moment he removes the last, largest, final piece piercing Damien's heart, the revenant beast guided form of Damien bounces. The pain of the explosion and his staking having driven him to the edge of beyond, nearly bestial in his attack. Lucio and Alexander struggle to get Vitae safely into the sheriff's being. Hearing the scuffle and scrape down the hall and around the corner, Dizzy calls further attention to herself, using the strength of her blood and focusing every attention on her through her very potent display of will and presence. While at the Haven, Hestia and Sylvia clash again and again as Hestia fights with her all to ensure that death does not claim her and instead takes Sylvia. As they crash headlong against each other, Hestia pierces Sylvia's being with a broken chair leg, and Hestia being barred with another blast of thaumaturgical might is all but set aflame. The two Tremere fall to the ground, slipping further from the mortal coil, while a few feet away, Aiden, who during the several exchanges prior had intercepted a blast intended for Hestia, flickers on the brink. And as Hestia's gaze darkens, Clyde is suddenly there, lifting Sylvia over Hestia. Taking Hestia's dropped blade, he cuts Sylvia further, covering Hestia and the other kindred's vitae, the potent blood bringing her back from the brink. And as one catastrophe is narrowly avoided, Aiden falters. Lucio and Alexander struggle with the blood-maddened, wounded Damien, and Dizzy decides distance is best, managing to get the bulk of the gathered persons to help her out of the building for air. In doing so, Dizzy realizes the building is becoming ground zero for an influx of tactically geared officers, swooping in to take control of the building, bolster its security, and seeming to all but prepare for an outright open attack. With those tense moments before us, we closed out the episode, looking forward to what the coterie might do and what will become of the decisions moving further. Thank you for your time, your attention, and we hope with all due belief that all of our technical difficulties should be rectified by next episode. Thank you and good night.